Good day. I am Phil-EAPascual from Talangan Integrated National High School, Necrelan, Laguna, Philippines. The title of my study is Getting into Learner's Pace, QR-coded supplemental materials for senior high school learners in the Division of Laguna, Philippines. Instructional materials took the form of simple art paper, manipulative natural objects in the surroundings, digital materials like video clips, PowerPoint, and net sources. Teacher can be innovative in the production and use of instructional materials up to the extent of incorporating URL and QR codes to them. QR stands for Quick Response, which refers to the instant access to the information hidden in the code. It is a two-dimensional version of the barcode, typically made up of black and white pixel patterns. Now, it has found its way into mobile marketing with a widespread adoption of smartphones. This is the very reason why this study has come into mind. The production of supplemental materials in the form of a brochure which is summarized and crafted for distance learning modality in this time of pandemic was investigated as to its effectiveness in increasing academic performance. These supplemental materials are to be QR or Quick Response coded and attached to the weekly home learning plan of the students. Would the attachment of these QR-coded materials aid in better understanding of math concepts? What do math teachers of the Division of Laguna think about the use of these QR-coded supplemental materials for distance learning purposes? Those are some of the things that this study explored. The educational setting can take advantage of the features of the QR code. It can be used both in modular and online distance learning since both modality use weekly home learning plan WHLP being distributed to students in a regular basis. It will be attached to WHLP beside the general mathematics subject for the students to scan using their smartphones. If they don't have the scanning application in their phones, they can just encode a fixed link in WHLP through Google Engines and the teacher-made brochure will automatically pop out. Upon scanning or browsing the affixed link, the learners will be able to have a glance of the supplemental material. This supplemental material follows the learner's pace, for it basically contains motivation, the Let's Reconnect portion of the brochure, review of past lesson or competency exercise, the Think About This portion of the brochure, abridged lecture, What Must We Know? Further examples, Getting Into It, Application, Try This Portion, Engagement, Digging Deeper portion, and the closure part which aids in the reflection and life application. The competency embedded in the supplemental material follows the most essential learning competency or MELC by the Department of Education. It has been distributed to the learners of Talangan Integrated National High School during the pre-pandemic and even during the pandemic, but not yet in QR-coded format. That is, it has not yet been fully utilized in a large scale. Its special feature of being abridged can assist learners in reading it in a glance and remember the most important concepts that they need to remember for each of the specific topics in general mathematics. The main focus of this study is to find out the effectiveness of the use of QR-coded supplemental materials in attaining higher academic performance. Specifically, it sought to answer the following questions. What is the mean level of academic performance of senior high school grade 11 learners in general mathematics without the aid of QR-coded supplemental materials during the first quarter of school year 2020-2021? What is the mean level of academic performance of senior high school grade 11 learners in general mathematics with the aid of QR-coded supplemental materials during the first quarter of school year 2021-2022? Is there a significant difference in the academic performance of grade 11 learners with and without the use of QR-coded supplemental materials? What are the benefits of using QR-coded supplemental materials to learners and math teachers? The term mathematical instructional resource is defined as any form of specific mathematical apparatus, structured or unstructured, image, ICT, game, tool, paper, or everyday material which could be utilized to provide a mathematical teaching or learning, according to Doreen in the year 2007. Onasania in the year 2008 noted that improvisation demands adventure, creativity, curiosity, and perseverance on the part of teachers. Equas and Onyodket in the year 2006 state that improvised materials involve selection and deployment of relevant instructional elements of teaching and learning processes in absence or shortage of standard teaching and learning materials for meaningful realization of specified educational goals and objectives. Abibade in the year 2004 had earlier noted that the approach of using improvised materials in mathematics classroom assist in proper introduction of new skills, develop understanding, as well as show the appropriate way of doing things. With more than 50 senior high school institutions in the province of Laguna, selected schools were invited to participate through a letter with the assistance of the Department of Education Division Office of Laguna. Using the concept of convenience sampling, the number of participating senior high school based from the response to the invitation was 15, offering academic, ABM, GAS, UMS, and STEM, and technical vocational tracks, automotive, caregiving, ICT, bread and pastry, robotics, and SMAU. Both quantitative and qualitative data were used in answering questions. Google Form was used to gather responses. For the quantitative data, the general average of learners in general mathematics in school years 2020-2021 and 2021-2022 were gathered, recorded, analyzed, and interpreted. For the qualitative data, responses to survey questions were sorted using online word cloud generator, analyzed and interpreted. The table shows the t-test result for independent samples, highlighting the significant difference of means between the two groups. The difference of the mean performance of learners in general mathematics last first quarter of school year 2020-2021 and the mean performance of learners this school year 2021-2022 is equal to 1. The lower standard deviation with the use of QR-coded supplemental materials indicates a less varied academic performance, and it is a good report. The increase of 1 unit in the academic performance is seen as significant because the absolute value of the t computed is greater than the t critical value. The figure shows the frequently appearing words from the responses in the survey conducted. For qualitative response from the question, what do you think are some other benefits of the QR-coded supplemental materials to learners and teachers? The 15 participant teachers and 52 learners coming from different schools, making a total of 67 respondents, were able to answer the survey. From the responses, the two-dimensional word cloud was formed. Analyzing the frequently appearing words against the raw document response, the resulting first theme is thus formulated. Easy access is a key to understanding and learning. The second theme that was formulated out of the two-dimensional word cloud, which pertains to the benefits for teachers, is this: less time to browse, more time to help and teach. With all the tasks of teachers in preparing lesson exemplar, checking outputs, and administering assessment either online or through modular approach, the QR-coded supplemental materials provided them facility in looking for supplemental materials. This deducted time of browsing for enhancement material is thus allotted to more time in helping learners understanding the topic. This pandemic calls for the innovative ideas of educators to effectively deliver quality education to the 21st century learners. It can be seen in this study that learners indeed are fond of exploring things in a click of their fingers and would want instant access to information, not just in current news, politics, show business, and daily living, but in the education aspect as well. Educators should never stop of making ways for knowledge to be accessible given the present scenario and considering the ways in which the youth access information in the platforms that they know and capable of. But not only that, the goal of education is to make the youth of today realize that they are responsible for their decisions and actions toward seeking knowledge. Once again, I am Phil-EAPascual from Talangan Integrated National High School, Nacarlan, Laguna, Philippines. Thanks for watching, keep safe and have a great day.